Hi and salam ladies. I was going to make a video about this a few months ago and I decided not to because, God, I've framed this really badly, haven't I? So I haven't got a tripod. The baby giraffe tripod has completely disappeared. I don't know where it is. So I'm using my son's plastic garage bounced. Why can't I speak? I'm not refilming this video. I made it a minute ago and it was like 37 minutes long, so brace yourselves. Balanced on my sofa. Anyway, I was going to make this video a few months ago and I decided not to because I'm not Muslim and I didn't know how well it would be perceived, and now I just don't care anymore, to be honest. Basically, I'm getting really sick of every single video that I go on. Someone is calling somebody haram. And I've come to think now, I think that you should have to go on some course and get some kind of qualification before you're actually allowed to use the word haram, because that is a bad word. Haram, for those that don't know, means forbidden. It is forbidden. There's no difference of opinion or, you know, go ask a scholar, see what they say. It is forbidden. You're not allowed to do it. And it's about really stupid stuff like false eyelashes, nail varnish, volumizers in the back of your hair, and oh, it really frustrates me. I looked on a website called beautifulislam.net and I will linky doodah in the doobly-doo because I'm not going to read all of it to you because you'll get bored. But basically, it quotes from a hadith that says, and I'm going to paraphrase here by the way, you know, is backbiting bad? It's like, yes. Well, what if what you're saying is true? It's like, well, then you are backbiting and that is bad. If you are, you know, that is haram. And if you're saying things that aren't true, then it's slander, which is even worse. And it actually compares backbiting to adultery. That's how bad it is. So every time you see that people have said, that's haram, you shouldn't be doing that, that's haram, and then you go and say something as well, what you're doing is worse than adultery. Now, this is just my opinion, but I think that, you know, wearing skinny jeans or having a volumizer in the back of your hair is a bit better than committing adultery, you know. And there's going to be people who disagree with me. There's some people, obviously, who think that sin is sin and it doesn't matter what level it is, sin is still sin, and that's fine. But there is no point. So I've got a cold. I'm going to keep sniffing. There's no point. There's no point in you keep saying all these things. And I think the reason, it hasn't actually happened to me. And I don't know if it's because I'm Christian, so therefore obviously I'm allowed to get away with more. But it really annoys me when I see it on other people's videos, because I'm going to name a couple and I really, really hope they don't mind. And if you do, I am so sorry that I've named you and you don't like it. Valley Girl from Hell, Dina Tokyo and Sama Smells Like. They're probably three of my favourite YouTubers. They're definitely my three favourite, you know, like hijabis, along with a mannequin, obviously. And, you know, Sama wore black lipstick the other day, and the way the comments went, you would have thought that she'd strangled a kitten. It was like the worst thing she could do because she had black lipstick on, and it's like, what is wrong with you? It's lipstick. She's wearing lipstick. It doesn't matter what colour it is. There is nowhere at all does it say in the Quran or any hadith you can't wear black lipstick. And you know, with Dina and Valley Girl from Hell, who I think her name is Sue. I don't know. I forget. I think her name's Sue. But every video, there's some nasty comment on there. You know, about, you've got nail varnish on. That's haram. You're doing this. That's haram. You've got a dog. That's haram. It's none of your business at all. It is none of your business what any of them are doing. And, you know, Dina wore a skull scarf the other day, and people were making comments on that, and I said, you know, it's her hijab, it's her choice. You're in control of your own hijab. If it's a problem, don't wear it. And someone sent me a comment back saying, well, no, because she's influencing other people. You decide which influences you take of people. And I think part of the reason it frustrates me so much is because, you know, these are YouTubers that have really inspired me to wear hijab. You know, I've only been wearing hijab for about a year, just over a year, and it's become such a big part of me that I was sat here, and obviously, as I've said before, I don't have curtains, so I normally wear some form of hijab, or at least have my hair covered during the day. And on Monday I didn't, you know, I just had a hoodie on, I hadn't covered my hair up, and the bin men come past, and I nearly put my back out trying to get my hood over my head as quickly as I could before they could see my hair. And I did that without even thinking about it. I didn't think, oh, bin men, better cover my hair. I just did it because it has become such a big part of me. And you know, that these girls, that they were the ones that sort of really inspired, but not so much they inspired me to wear it because I wanted to wear it anyway. You know, that was why I was looking on hijabi videos, because I wanted to wear hijab. But they made me realise that I can wear hijab and not change the person that I am. I can still be myself. I don't have to suddenly be this quiet, shrinking wallflower who doesn't say anything to anyone and, you know, doesn't dare speak out of turn or anything like the media and everyone else wants you to think. They proved to me that, no, you can still be yourself. It's, you know, it's a way of dressing. And, yeah, there is a certain amount of behaviour with it, you know. Like I said, I'm Christian, so I'm not bound by the same rules as what Muslims are. But I don't go to bars, I don't go to clubs, partly because I don't want to. You know, I don't want to be around a load of drunk people being loud and stupid. But you know, it's because I know that even though I'm Christian, because I wear hijab and that, I represent pious women everywhere. You know, not just, obviously there's a lot of Christian women now and those of other religion that are covering. And you know, you're supposed to look for the good in people, and I think, you know, I think the ones that are, you know, who most people have now named the HARAAM police, I think, you know, you're not advising anyone. You know, I'm not Muslim, and I know you can't wear nail varnish when you pray. You know, I know that you're supposed to cover your adornments. You know, I know that you're only supposed to have, you know, your face, your hands and your feet uncovered. I know you're not supposed to have, you know, camel hump. And I'm not Muslim. So why are you under the impression that these girls who are Muslim don't know that? Of course they know. And why do you think that when there's hundreds of comments, you know, going on about haram, 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 that somehow or other they're not going to notice all the other comments, but they will see yours? You know you're not advising, you're just backbiting and bullying. And it is bullying, I'm sorry, but if you're picking on one person and joining in with a group of people to make that person feel less of herself, you are bullying. And that's what you're doing. And part of me wants to say carry on, you know, because every sin you commit against that person on Judgment Day gets handed over. Excuse me. You know, so you're just making it better for them on Judgment Day, but at the end of the day we do still have to live this life, and it's just not very nice. And you know, another thing on Judgment Day is when we die, you're still in front of God on your own. There's nobody else there. There's no one there to fight your cause, and there's nobody there to say that, well, she did this but she also did this. You have to defend yourself to God yourself, and he knows what you've done and he knows your intention. So do you really want to be stood there on Judgment Day and maybe not get into heaven because you've stood there and bullied somebody on YouTube? Is it worth it, really? Because I don't think it is. You know, of all the good, you know, and especially, you know, if it's compared to adultery, it's just not worth it. It really isn't worth it. And like I said, it doesn't make you look very good. And there's going to be girls who want to wear hijab who have gone onto YouTube, the same as me, to go and look for inspiration and go and look to see other hijabi girls and that. And they're going to see the nastiness that you put. And that could put them off wearing it, because it's like, well, at the moment I wear normal clothes and no one really says anything to me. But if I wear hijab and it's obvious, you know, that I'm a Muslim and it's obvious that I'm covering, if I wear nail varnish, am I going to have to explain to people why? You know, why? You know why people are wearing nail, you know, women are wearing nail varnish. You know, there's a special time that you can wear nail varnish, you don't have to pray. Yeah, you know that. And yet you still make comments. And the other thing as well is, you know, in YouTube videos we're going obviously in public, so we're not going to dress the same way as we would if we were at home. How long does it take to take nail varnish off? 3 minutes? And you know, it's like, how did you pray with nail varnish on? Well, I didn't, obviously. I put it on afterwards and then I'll take it off before. it doesn't take a genius to work any of this out. And I don't know why I'm making this video, because it's like, what is wrong with you? What's wrong with everyone? And it's like, there's people who want to ban the hijab, who want to stop us from being able to wear it. And I'd wear it anyway. I've already decided. I've thought about this quite a lot, obviously, and I'd wear it anyway, because in no other way of dressing do you have to explain yourself. You know, if you're wearing jeans and a t-shirt walking up the road, no one runs up to you, or, you know, no matter whatever situation, no one comes up to you and is like, oh, does your husband make you dress like that? Does your dad make you dress like that? You don't have to explain yourself. But if you wear hijab, you do. People think that your dad's made you do it, or your husband's made you do it, or your brother's made you, your mum, someone's. But no, it couldn't possibly be that you just choose to dress like this. You know, no one in my family dresses like me. None of my friends dress like me. This was my choice, and my choice alone. And, you know, I've had to put up with a lot of flack for dressing like it, and I don't care. It's not going to change my mind. It annoys me that I have to explain myself to people, because I just think, you know, why are you even asking? Should be obvious in a way. And I don't ask you why you dress like that. So, you know, why did you wear that t-shirt today? Why are you wearing those jeans? What made you want to wear them? Yeah, it's okay to do it if you wear hijab. And yeah, so people are trying to ban the hijab, and instead of, you know, embracing the hijab in all of its glory and supporting the sisters who also wear hijab, you're making it a more negative, a more complicated thing than it needs to be. And, you know, they could say, people could quite easily say, well, look, they wear hijab and they get pressure. They get pressure from people in the Muslim community and from the covered community who are constantly saying, you know, pressuring them about nail varnish, about camel humps and all the rest of it. So if we ban it, they won't have to put up with that anymore. So we'll be doing them a favour. Is that what you want to happen? Because I sure as hell don't. And the camel hump thing, this is my opinion on it. I don't think it's anything to do with hijab. I've read the Quran, and I've read, you know, all the bits that apply to it. And I don't think it's anything to do with hijab. I think it's talking about hair piled on top of your head, like here. Hair piled on top of your head. And women who are dressed but not dressed. Well, to me, that's bikinis. You know, they're dressed, but they're not actually dressed. And camel hump, yeah. A volumizer doesn't look like a camel hump. If anything, I'm not wearing a volumizer. I've just got my hair tied up. If you look, I don't know if you can actually see, I've got a lot of hair, so I have a big lump stuck out of the back of my head. I think that looks more like a camel hump than having a volumizer in. When I have a volumizer in, it gives a more, you know, rounded sort of shape to my head. Yeah, I might look like I've got Voldemort stuck in the back of my head, but that's my problem, not yours. See? Now I've gone ranty. It really does annoy me so much. And I don't even know why I'm bothering to make this, because it's not going to make any difference. You know, no one's going to watch this and suddenly think, oh yeah, she's right, I'll stop. I really wish they would, because, as I said, these are the people that have inspired me. And I would lay money, if I was a gambling person, that they have also inspired a lot of other women and other girls to wear hijab, to realise you can be who you are. You know, being pretty, being beautiful isn't a sin. You know, walking around dressed like a tramp or a whore, whatever, that could be conceived as a sin. God made women beautiful. That's why we cover our bits up. But that's not to say that you can't wear makeup, and you can't, because I do wear makeup to feel better about myself, and I know there's going to be people saying, oh, she just thinks that, she thinks it, but it's because she wants attention. It's not. I wear it because I don't like the way I look when I'm not wearing makeup. I know I'm not an attractive person, so for me to go out without wearing any makeup as well, I just wouldn't want to leave my house, because I'd be so self-conscious about it all the time. And I think we should all sort of focus on our own issues, because there's such minor things. You know, if you want to focus your energy on something, focus your energy on the people who want to stop women being able to wear hijab. You know, do some charity work. You know, do good things. Don't just sit there on YouTube and go on about how haram someone is, because they're not going to stop. If I got, you know, 50 comments on every video telling me, you know, this is haram, and that's, you know, people have made comments about my piercings, and they're still here, and they will carry on being here, because I don't care. I don't know you, and, you know, when I die, If God has a problem with my piercings, that's on me. And to be honest, I think that, say, you know, my piercings, I'll use that as an example. My piercings were haram, not allowed, okay? And I chose to wear them anyway. And then I finally got so sick of people making comments about it that I thought, oh, do you know what, I'm just going to take them out. I don't think God is going to be like, oh, well, you wore piercings, but you're okay, I'll let you into heaven because you did take them out. Chances are God's going to be more like, well, you didn't take them out to please me, you took them out to please everybody else, so it doesn't count. So by someone not wearing false eyelashes or not wearing nail varnish, they're not going to get into heaven because they haven't done it for God. They haven't put, you know, stopped wearing nail varnish or whatever for God. They've done it for you, to stop you going on at them. So not only have they had to change the person that they are to please you, the unknown viewer, it hasn't helped them. It hasn't increased their deen, or it hasn't helped them, you know, absolve any of their sins in any way. So it does nothing at all. I'm going to shut up now because I don't even know how long this video is, but I'm not refilming it and I'm going to upload it because, like I said, I'm getting sick of it. It is just bullying, and I think we get enough of that from the non-hijabi and non-Muslim, small-minded, non-understanding world. Obviously that isn't everyone. I have some very supportive non-hijabi friends who will leap on anyone who says anything horrible about me wearing hijab, and I do appreciate each and every one of you. So yeah, I think we should all just be trying to stick together and, you know, encouraging people to wear hijab, not trying to make it something really difficult and complicated so that no one wants to wear it. Yeah, as usual, more videos coming up, don't know when. I hope you're all very, very well. Be good to each other.